My Mercedes CLA is really overdue a service, so I'm going to attempt to replace the oil, the brake pads, and all the filters. All for a price that won't break the bank. But first, let's do a little customization. So when I originally got this car, I noticed that I've been having issues with the headlights, like for instance right there, the light's just gone out on the top. And also this bulb would flicker a lot. I'm assuming the bulb's either been water damaged or it's just old, I'm not sure. And it's really a bummer because these are Xenon headlights. These are actually spec'd up headlights, so they're supposed to be pretty good. So to fix this, the people from HID Concept sent me the Dama Neovision D3S LED bulbs that we're gonna unbox and install today. And we're gonna test and compare how these fare up against the old ones. But before we get to installing those, I've actually turned the car around because these headlights aren't really level, so we're going to go and adjust them quickly before we install the new ones, just so we can get them correct, because the right one's sitting a little bit high right now. And the way we're actually going to adjust these headlights is by adjusting these little white bits here. I'm going to get my little bit and put it down there. And to level the headlight out, I turn it counterclockwise to rise the beam and make it level. So there's the box, there's some information on it, and there's some very interesting stats in the back. They say the brightness is at 150% in comparison to your standard HID bulb. Got a much higher range, and it's got way more color temperature. So I'm really excited to put these in, to be fair. Big thank you for HID Concept for sending these to me. And yeah, let's get it open. So, open the box, and there they are. Look at them, little beauties. That's one of them. They've got a lot of thermal cooling on them, which is really cool to see. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, these feel like quality. And obviously you got a name on the side there as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and start installing one of these. So on a Mercedes CLA, the way to actually take these out is to pull this little door down over here. There we go. It's a bit hard to get out there, but lovely. And then you have the back of the headlight itself over here. And we want to twist that, pull this cover out the way. Then we have access to the old headlight. And we just want to pull out the power cable here, grab it, twist it, and pull it out, like so. Whew, that's hot. So just for reference sake, this is the old bulb and this is the new bulb. As you can see, very different in design. To be fair, the original one is pretty damn ugly. Just a huge kind of metal base. Whereas this one, even has a cool color scheme, to be fair. As you can see, it's got a much slimmer design and it's even a little bit smaller from the top. So that's pretty cool. And I think if you were to ask anybody that didn't even know about cars which light was better, I'm pretty sure they point towards this one. And also it actually has a fan on the bottom, so that's going to keep your light cool. LEDs can get very hot, so this is a great feature to have on this light. And to install it, we literally just do everything in reverse. We just plop it back in here, push it in at an angle, twist. Voila, that's in there. And then we just want to push the cable onto the bulb. Same process over here. Also, just as a heads up, this is the CLA 180, whereas the US equivalent is the CLA 250. So make sure to check that this process is the same if you have the American version. And both the LEDs are now installed, but now we're going to start on the maintenance for this car. So if you want to see what the lights look like before and after, stick around to the end of the video. So the next task at hand was to replace the pads and the rotors. They were long overdue for this CLA. So basically having a fresh set would ensure that this car would stop nice and safely. So I took off the wheel, turned the car so that I could have access to the back of the calipers, as this is where all the bolts were hidden. I started by unscrewing these bolts that held the brake piston, but I needed a breaker bar because they were on there pretty good. I also used a pair of locking pliers in this part of the caliper as the bolt spins and needed to be held in place. And now the main brake piston was out, I began cracking out these two bolts here that held the pads in. It's not looking good, bruv. I bought the car like this, by the way, so it wasn't like even me that did this. This needed a change immediately as I bought this car. So yeah, let's change these. Disgusting. Ew. And the rotors were going to come off too. So I gave the rotor screw a little bit of penetrating WD-40 just for good measure and went to unscrew it. Beautiful. And on went the brand new Brembo rotors. Disc. Whee! And then I went ahead and pressed the piston caliper as we needed to make space for the new pads going in. You would generally use caliper compression tools for this, but I just used a vise. And then I put the fresh new pads in this bracket. I used a torque wrench to tighten them to spec. At this point, it's a good idea to put thread locker on them, but I didn't have any at hand. And then from here on, it was just basically doing everything but in reverse. I turned the car on to pump the brake pedal a little as it went all the way down to the floor, but after a couple pumps, it went back to normal. And as you can imagine, this is the exact same process on the other side of the car. Done. All right, so now that we have new pads and brakes, we're gonna go on to changing the oil. And this ain't too hard of a process, I don't think. I've never done it on this car before, so it's gonna be a little bit of a first for me, but that just makes it more fun. Oil we have right here is 5W40, which is the kind of oil this car takes. It does take different oil depending on what country you're in, and anything kind of works, but this is kind of what Mercedes recommends for being in the UK and the temperature being what it is, because obviously that kind of has an effect on what type of oil you should use. Ideally, you should use Mercedes oil, but I got Shell, so we're just gonna use this instead. And to be fair, this is spenny, bro. I've spent like £90 on all of this. Ferrari technical partner and that, you know what I'm saying? We've also got the oil filter, and importantly, we have the brand new seals, which will go onto the oil filter. So let's get on to changing the oil. Just want to get a little bit of space under the car so we can empty the oil. So it doesn't need to go too high. Ow. This is nerve-wracking, brother. Yes, we got the screw. I don't want to lose this in the oil, that would have been mad annoying. Forgot to mention, this is also a container specifically for this purpose. It just all gets emptied out into there and then you can dispose of it, let it go out of here, whatever. Very useful piece of Halfers kit, I'll be real. I'm gonna go and crack on with the oil filter, which is just down here. It's kind of hidden underneath all of this, but that just needs a 27mm socket to take off. So yeah, let's crack at that. Oish. Ew. That's nasty. We got 1 seal, 2 seal, 3 seal, I think. We're gonna clean it up a little bit before we do that. Very nice. Some brilliant clutch cleaner. Best thing on earth. There you go. So now you can see a little bit better. That's coming off. Those are rock solid, by the way. I don't think they're supposed to be like that. There we are. Ew. Cheers. Out with the old, in with the new. Yeah, that filter's seen better days, mate. But no metal shavings or anything by the looks of it. Pretty healthy. For the new jargon dargans, put a little bit of oil in them, you get me. Just instant new ropes. Before door, lad. Put the new thing on. Lovely. And here we flipping door. Put the little vent back in. You got me. Lovely. Air dookie, bruv. The oil is going in. Okay, great. This doesn't seem very controlled. There we go. Controller. Oh, shit. Yes, lad. I like that, I like that. Then I had to add about 800 milliliters on top to get to the engine's oil capacity. Let's run the car and circulate it a little bit. Gonna run that for 30 seconds and then we're gonna turn it off and then give it a check. All right, check again. I added some oil and ran it, but it still wasn't enough. But by the third try, it was at the max line. Third time's a charm. Yeah, it's looking a lot better. Basically at the max line, so lovely jubbly. So now that's done, let's get onto the air filter. Now, I'm gonna leave the cover off because I'm gonna actually take this out to access the air filter. And it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. I mean, let's check it out first. We might not need to replace it, but I think it would be good. But yeah, let's have a look anyways. Long screws, brother. Dookie. Oh, it's dirty in there, bruv. Okay, yeah. It's not the greatest, is it? That could do with replacing and hoovering up whatever's in there. All the dirt and debris. God damn. Okay, it's a bit better. Got a new filter over here. Look at that. Was probably needed, I'll be real. Old and new. And as you can see, yeah, it's night and day difference, bro. Ew. You know. Cheers. And now, cabin filter. This one's pretty easy. Hey, hey, gonna come out? Yes. There she is. Oh my God, why did a leaf just come out of this thing, bro? Me. In all fairness, this needed replacing, brother. There's in there, blood. Nasty. Yeah, that's manky, man. That was definitely a good shout, to be fair. As you can see, it does say airflow. You want that to point towards the front of the car. That's how it goes in. So let's put the new one in. Now we can add the finishing piece to the car. Bush, 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 bush. Voila, that needs a clean, I'll be real, but it's good for now. So there we go. Those are some of the main filters replaced. We've got the oil filter, cabin and air filter all out with fresh ones in the car. So hopefully everything is gonna run a little better and smell a little better, hopefully. But yeah, it wasn't too hard to be fair. But now let's get back onto the headlights.
At the start of this video, we installed the Dama Neovision headlights, and it's time to see how they look.
Oh yeah, they're actually so bright that you can see a beam going through the air, which is pretty new. My lord, those are better. Wow, beautiful. You can see that fan is hard at work. Let's keep these little bad boys nice and cool. Lovely.
And with these before and afters, these were way brighter than OEM. And they had a more natural white color to them as opposed to the yellowy colors of the stock bulbs. And they just brighten up so much more of the road. So you just have so much more visibility with these. The slimmer bottom of the Dama Neovision LED bulbs minimize dark spots and enhance light output. And these bulbs also operate at 35 watts, ensuring that you're not going to get any error codes on your dashboard. And better yet, they come with 5 years of factory defect warranty, offering long-term reliability and peace of mind. It's definitely safe to say that these are a huge upgrade. So if you're looking to get yourself these bulbs, make sure to head over to the website and use the code RACESKI40 for a 40% discount. I'm looking forward to doing further upgrades on the CLA, so watch out for more videos of it coming soon. But anyways, I've been Raceski. Bless up.